In this public address titled Made in Ethiopia Expo 2025, on May 3 to 7, 2025 PM Abiy Ahmed outlines what he portrays as Ethiopia's economic revival, attributing it to increased industrial output, boosted exports, stronger foreign currency reserves, and productivity across sectors like agriculture, mining, and tourism. Key achievements claimed include: exports have doubled. Remittances and foreign reserves have increased significantly. Coffee and gold exports have broken records. Industrial capacity rose from 46% to 61%. Over 13,800 new small and large-scale industries and 325 large-scale, game-changer industries were established in 3.5 years. Tourism experienced 40% growth, with Addis Ababa becoming a continental hub. Technology, AI, and telecom infrastructure are strengthening. A homegrown transformation is underway, led by internal productivity and innovation rather than dependence on aid. Rebuttal and reality check. While the vision presented is aspirational and in parts grounded in emerging efforts, many claims are exaggerated, lack public data verification, or overlook deeper structural issues. 1. Exports did not double. Claim: Ethiopia's exports doubled in FY 2024-25. Reality: there is no independent data from the WTO, UNCTAD, or Ethiopian Ministry of Trade confirming such a surge. Most credible reports show a modest growth in coffee and gold exports. Decline or stagnation in textiles, manufacturing, and livestock. UNCTAD 2024 noted average export growth in sub-Saharan Africa was only 5%, and Ethiopia's trade gap remains large. 2. Foreign reserves and remittances overstated. Claim: reserves tripled, and remittances increased by 25%. Reality: there is no published data from the National Bank of Ethiopia, NBE, IMF, or World Bank confirming this. Ethiopia still faces foreign currency shortages. Relies on import prioritization. Has a persistent black market, now at 157 to 159 ETB/USD versus the official 132 ETB/USD. Even if formal remittances grew due to tighter FX controls, it's unclear whether this reflects net increases or simply a shift from informal to formal channels. 3. Industrial output remains limited. Claim: industry capacity rose from 46% to 61%, with over 13,000 industries created. Reality: according to the World Bank, EIC, and enterprise surveys, average manufacturing capacity in Ethiopia remains between 40 to 50%, hindered by electricity outages, raw material shortages, logistical bottlenecks, security disruptions in Amharic-speaking zonal areas, and Oromia. Furthermore, while many licenses are issued, not all factories operate or scale meaningfully. 4. Agriculture faces input inflation and climate strain. Claim: agriculture is self-sustaining and export-oriented. Reality: although wheat production and some import substitution have improved, agriculture is still highly vulnerable to input inflation, fertilizers, tractors, fuel. Climate shocks, drought, locusts, erratic rains. Conflict displacement, particularly in fertile regions of Oromia and Amharic-speaking zonal areas. The price of teff, for example, rose from 44 ETB/kg to 165 ETB/kg, making staples increasingly unaffordable for ordinary citizens. 5. Utilities and fuel costs burden the public. Claim: productivity is rising across sectors, and costs are manageable. Reality: Electricity tariffs are scheduled to rise 400% by 2028, with quarterly 10% increases already in motion. Fuel prices surged 35 to 45% year-over-year. Transportation and food prices are rising sharply. Promised public wage increases have not been implemented fully, and layoffs persist across sectors. This inflationary pressure undercuts household purchasing power, especially in urban and peri-urban zones. 6. A mission of socio-political instability claim, Ethiopia is on a clear path to growth. Reality, the speech completely omits Empire Ethiopia's serious socio-political and security crises, including ongoing insurgency in Amharic-speaking zonal areas and Oromo Liberation Army, OLA, conflict in Oromia. Widespread internal displacement, millions affected. Arbitrary detentions, media restrictions and dialogue breakdowns. Fragile relations with Sudan, Egypt, and Eritrea. Political instability deeply affects investor confidence. Tourism. Infrastructure projects. Agricultural trade routes. 7. Digital growth is urban-centric. Claim, AI, technology, and telecom are transforming Ethiopia. Reality, while investments in AI, data centers, and mobile services are rising, they remain urban-focused. Unreliable in rural areas. Moreover, Ethiopia's internet shutdown history, surveillance concerns, and low digital literacy outside cities hinder scale. Conclusion: vision versus verifiable change. Prime Minister Abiy's speech reflects an ambitious and futuristic vision, but overstates short-term achievements and largely ignores the severe structural, political, and economic challenges Ethiopia faces today. A truly transformative path must acknowledge conflict and instability, ensure transparency in economic data, prioritize food affordability and energy access, promote political inclusiveness and justice, encourage genuine decentralization of power. Until then, the story of Ethiopia's reform will remain aspirational but incomplete. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to subscribe to stay updated with future deep dives, share it with your network to spread awareness, and leave a comment with your thoughts or local experiences. We believe informed citizens can drive real change. Let's keep the conversation going.